a little acoustic blues lesson for today, and the piece you just saw me play is actually a piece I learned when I was about 12 or 13 from my guitar teacher when I first started playing guitar. And it's a little piece called Solo Blues, and of course over the years I've kind of added a bit to it, but like I say, I learnt it from my guitar teacher, and I've been teaching it for years to my own private students. So I thought I'd share it with you guys on YouTube, and it's a great little, you know, acoustic blues tune to kind of play to your family, to your wife, girlfriend, mum, dad, whoever, you know. And the great thing with it, all the licks in it involve your favourite finger. That's pretty much, apart from near the end, where you've got the little kind of standard, you know, turnaround blues happening. But it is in two parts, this little tune, but for the moment we'll just do part one, and then if enough people bug me, I'll do part two to it as well. But let's zoom in for a close-up and let's have a look at it. Right, so this is in the key of E, the blues key. Of course, what other key could it possibly be in? And the three chords in this are your standard blues chords: E7, A7 and B7, using the kind of cowboy open chord shapes. So what we're doing here is, also as well, I should bear in mind, it's using a thing called tonic and dominant. If you're not sure about that, if you listen to Johnny Cash, all that kind of stuff, that is a tonic and dominant. So you've got the root, so in E's case, E is the root in the chord of E7, and then you got the fifth. So the fifth from E is E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. So you've got the E7 chord, I want to be hitting the sixth string, and then strum the top four, and then hitting the fifth string, and my second finger's already on that B note for the dominant, for the fifth. So that's what tonic and dominant is. So we've got an E7 chord, second finger on the fifth string, second fret, first finger on the third string, first fret, and like I was just saying, I'm going to hit the sixth string, then strum the top four, then hit the fifth string, and strum the top four. Or you can kind of mute it. Sounds kind of cool just to mute just that sixth string. And then we're going to go to an A7. And to play this, I've got my second finger, E, on the fourth string, second fret, and then my third finger on the second string, second fret. And it's going to strum all five strings. So that's... And then, because my second finger's already on that E note, we're going to play that E, play an open third, go to the A note on the third string, second fret, and then pick it again and slide forward a fret and back. So you got then open third string, and then back to the E on the fourth string, second fret. Put that together. Sounds kind of cool. Then after that, we're going to go back to E7. So it'll be a tonic and dominant on that. And then just strum the E7. Then we have this lick. Again, all using that second finger. So we're going to be on the D note on the second string on the third fret. Pick that and slide forward 2 frets. And then back again. So slide into the E and back to D. Open seconds. Third string, third fret, slide back to the A, open third, back to E. That happening. So from the E7, and it's got kind of a swung feel to it, you know. Now I should point out as well, at the end of each lick, you know, that would be very straight if I went. It'd be very straight. So over the years I've always just added in an open string after each part. So what I mean by that, at the end of this one we just did, I'll do an open fourth string to go to the next chord, which is A7. So if I do the whole thing together so far slowly, and I'll do these open strings at the end of it. there's the open full string there, alright? Open full string again, alright? Alright, so now we're going to go to an A7, back to the 4 chords, tonic and dominant on that, so it'll be 5th, strum the top 4, 6, strum the top 4, and then strum an A7 chord, 5 strings. And now we're going to do the first lick, but instead of starting on the 4th string, we're going to start on the 2nd string, so it'll be... So just reapplying the same information we've already learned. So 2nd string on the 2nd fret, open first, go to the 2nd fret, 1st string, pick it again, slide forwards, back, open first, and then 2nd string, 2nd fret. And then I'll, again, because I put these open strings at the end, do an open 2nd string after that. And then we're leading back to the 1 chord again, the E7, tonic and dominant on that, and the strum, and then the 2nd lick again. So you know what I mean, you can just use these same licks over and over, it sounds great. So far now we've got this nice and slowly. Okay, now we're going to go to a B7, and I remember learning this when I was a kid, you know, the kind of tight one. So in case you've never played that before, we'll start from the 5th string. So you've got B note on the 5th string, 2nd fret, a 1st finger on the E flat, 4th string, 1st fret, 3rd finger on the A, what's that, 3rd string, 2nd fret, and then we put our pinky on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And to do this, again, we're going to do tonic and dominant, but we're going to have to move our 2nd finger to make the dominant note. So we're going to pick the 5th, strum the top 4, then move our 2nd finger up to the F sharp, and strum the top 4. So you get that. And now an A7, tonic and dominant on that, 5th, strum, 6th, strum, and then we're going to strum an E7 chord. So that's... And then we got the coolest blues ending you can do. So, I'll show you the straight version of that and then the kind of hip version, if you want to call it that. So, it's all double stops. So we got our 1st finger on the D, 2nd string, 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the B, 3rd string, 4th fret. And I'm going to play those 2 strings together and then do an open 1st string and then play the 2 strings again together. Get that. And then let's take that all back a fret and do the same thing. Back a fret again. And then back a fret again, but your 1st finger's going to be coming off. So your 2nd finger just on that G sharp or A flat. 1st fret, 3rd string. And just play those 2 strings, the 3rd and 2nd strings. Okay. The kind of hip version to that would be, so if you're starting on that 3rd fret and 4th fret, go back to the 2nd and 3rd and slide into it. So you get that happening. So instead of it being, it'll be just a bit more kind of cooler, classy kind of sound to it. So yeah, so instead of starting on the 3rd and 4th, go back to the 2nd and 3rd and you're sliding into the 3rd and 4th. Alright, so from B7. That. And picking wise, doing a down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. That's what I'm doing. Quite a cool little picking exercise if you want to get that going, get your stamina going. Then after doing that, we're going to do an open 5th string, then go to the 1st fret on the 5th string, then go to the 2nd fret on the 5th string. So that's A sharp, and B. And I usually mute that bit with just the side of my right hand there. And then go to the 6th string, 3rd fret, the G note. Bend, pick it and then bend it down a bit, but don't sit on a note. You want it to have that sound. If you sit on a note, it's out of tune, alright? Because it is an out of tune note, but you're just doing a little blues bend, so you're not sitting on a note, you're just letting it fall until you go to the next note, which would be a open 6th string. I was doing a little rake if you want. Bit slower, a lot slower. And then if you want to add a little bit of again, Cooley blues sounds, 11th fret on the 4th string, I'm kind of barring on that 4th and 3rd strings there, and then my 2nd finger is on the 3rd string, 12th fret, and then you're going to pick those 2 strings, those double stops, and you're sliding forward, so then you'll be on the 12th fret, 4th string, 13th fret, 3rd string. And that is Solo Blues Part 1. So I'll play it all nice and slowly, and then I'll do it up to speed as well. Bit more up to speed. So there you have it, guys, Solo Blues Part 1. I'm sure at some point I'll do Part 2. It's quite cool. It drops off a bit of Elvis Presley in there and stuff like that, and got a cheeky diminished chord in there as well. But concentrate on Part 1. A big shout out and dearly missed to my first guitar teacher, Alan Pinches, who unfortunately is no longer with us. But yeah, I don't think I've actually ever talked about him in a YouTube video before, but he was my guitar teacher from the age of 12 to 16, I think. Yeah, just turned 16, because that's when I went to the ACM at 16. So, but yeah, he pretty much, the basis of that tune is from Alan Pinches. So a little salute to Alan there. So as always, guys, let me know how you get on with it. Leave a comment in the section box below, and love to know how you get on with it. It's a cool little tune, and you don't have to do it on an acoustic. I just think it sounds kind of cool on the acoustic, but you can do it for your electric guitar and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a good little tune to get going. Build your callus up on your 2nd finger if you're kind of a new intermediate kind of player as well. So as always, guys, like and share, and thanks very much for your support. I'll see you next time. Mike Bradley signing out. Bye.